Now an UpNorthLive News at 6. How the governor's free preschool program is impacting sign-ups and how you can enroll. The tax breaks approved today for a workforce affordable housing project in Grand Traverse County.
Coming up in weather, we have rain and later tonight, snow rolling back in. We'll take a look at how much snow and quite a bit of wind pairing up with that. The full forecast next.
Plus, in Exploring Michigan, a tour around the Maple Row Sugarhouse and information about the Michigan Maple Festival taking place this weekend.
This is UpNorthLive News at 6 on 7 and 4.
Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us tonight at 6. We are taking a live look around northern Michigan right now. As you can see, some areas like Whitefish Point seeing a bit of rain. Other areas, it's dry right now, but I think a lot of us will be seeing some rain at some point. But Joe, I know some of us could see that rain actually turn to snow, right?
Yeah, by morning, everybody will see that switch over. But for the majority of the region right now, it is just rain. Newberry, though, has switched to snow. And if you're looking at the Whitefish Point camera there, it is rain, but they are right on the edge. I think we'll see a switch over to snow there shortly. And the rest of northern Michigan tonight as well. So a lot going on. We also have a lot of wind on the way in as well. And just look at our temperature map. Much of the area in the 30s and 40s, but Big Rapids has been in the 60s all afternoon. Mount Pleasant as well, but the cooler weather will start working in here for everybody later tonight. Let's kind of take a look at the watches and warnings. A bunch of different colors here. We do have winter storm warnings for parts of Mackinac, Chippewa, and all of Luce County. Could see 5 to 10 inches of snow here tonight through tomorrow morning. Gusty winds, blowing snow. That's in effect until late Thursday. The purple areas from Manistee to Detour Village, a winter weather advisory, 1 to 6 inches of snow possible. Gusty winds, blowing snow, that rolls in late tonight through tomorrow morning. And from Petoskey south along the lakeshore to Big Rapids, a high wind advisory, winds gusting up to 50 miles per hour. That's in effect until midday tomorrow. So wind, that switch over to snow. We'll take a look at how much snow is on the way. And the rest of the forecast coming up in a little while.
Thank you, Joe. We now know the name of the man accused of holding 2 people at gunpoint on a walking trail in Grand Traverse County. 25-year-old Joseph Hoffer of Lewiston was arraigned on 7 felony charges today, including 2 counts of unlawful imprisonment. Hoffer is accused of holding a man and woman at knife and gunpoint on the trails at Miller Creek Nature Reserve behind Aldi in Garfield Township. The sheriff's office said the man and woman were walking on the trail around 6 p.m. on Friday when they say Hoffer approached them. During the arraignment, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Daniel Olson told the court what deputies found in Hoffer's vehicle after his arrest.
During a search of the defendant's vehicle after this incident, officers recovered a 12-gauge shotgun with ammunition. They also recovered rope. They recovered duct tape, a meat cleaver, and as well as over 800 condoms.
Hoffer was given a $250,000 cash bond. Officials plan to send him to a locked mental health facility for treatment prior to his next court hearing. New details tonight tied to a deadly crash in Wexford County. One of the drivers involved now being charged. According to the sheriff's office, the driver of a semi on US 131 collided with a pickup truck yesterday. The crash happened near the intersection of North US 131 and East County Line Road. That's where investigators say the driver of the northbound semi crossed the center line and hit the southbound pickup truck. The driver of the pickup, 56-year-old William Troy Bolin from Mansalona, died on the scene. Now, the semi-driver has been identified as 29-year-old Kalwarren Singh of Fresno, California. The sheriff's office says he was arraigned on the charge of negligent homicide, a moving violation causing death. Singh was given a $100,000 bond and is being held at the Wexford County Jail. A reminder for parents, now is the time to enroll your child in preschool. The state has announced record enrollment in its free pre-K program, but what does that look like here in northern Michigan? Here's UpNorthLive's Daniel Zivian with a local case study.
Governor Whitmer says the Great Start Readiness Program has reached a new height. 47,500 4-year-olds enrolled in programs that save families an estimated $10,000 per year. When it comes to competition between public and private options, Boyne City Public Schools says its Early Learners program is booming.
In the last 7 years, we've gone from 33 kids in our program to almost 150. We have over 70 4-year-olds doing GSRP, which is a really great number. And so we've had to scale up our staff. Our staff has become very stable in the last couple of years. We've held on to our teachers and our aides, and that's helped us to grow as far as the quality and the consistency that we offer these preschool families.
Little says Boyne City was selected for a special pilot program, allowing some 3-year-olds to attend tuition-free as well. With bond money, they also added special education resources.
I think the big shift is the recognition by K-12 educators and education leaders is that preschool really does matter. The stronger the 4-year-old is in their academics and their behavior, the stronger they will be as a kindergartner and as a first grader. So the ripple effect of preschool is very significant on our overall education system.
Boyne City is part of the Char-M Intermediate School District, and parents wanting to apply for free pre-K must fill out a common application. Director of Early Childhood Jill Hahn says those are being accepted through the summer, with numerous spaces available. GSRP enrollment in Char-M is at 371 this school year, up from 340. In Boyne City, Daniel Zivian, UpNorthLive News.
While all of the funding comes directly from the state, the Great Start Readiness Program is decentralized. Be sure to check with your local school district on how to apply. An update now, the Cadillac Local Development Finance Authority was in Lansing today to talk about potential financing options to address the PFAS situation in Cadillac. LDFA members spoke to Representative Ken Borton. Now, this comes after the City Council voted Monday night to begin testing all wells in the city for PFAS. The testing program comes with a spending limit of $15,000. Well, today in Lansing, lawmakers in the House advance a plan to use $3 billion to repair Michigan's roads. Republicans say this is a good way to fix roads without raising taxes, but Democrats are concerned about where the money is coming from. Tyler Brummett has reaction from the state capitol.
Now, before today's vote, House Speaker Matt Hall hosted a news conference to talk about the plan. He says this would be a smart way to fix Michigan's roads without hurting Michiganders.
Governor Whitmer has grown state government by 43%. People understand we can do it. If we prioritize roads above corporate giveaways, we can fix our roads without raising taxes, and we show how to do that.
House Speaker Matt Hall's plan would provide $3.2 billion to cities and counties to repair roads. As we've told you several times, many communities have struggled to fund these projects. We're told more than $1 billion would come from the state's gas tax and $2.2 billion from the corporate income tax. Some of that funding would be taken from certain corporate welfare programs ending. Many Democrats say they're against the plan.
We don't even know which programs and departments these cuts will apply to. What we do know is that a pared-down budget we voted on a few weeks ago included steep cuts to the Department of Health and Human Services and our schools.
But what's so disappointing to me is that this is really a slapdash, like paper mache, form of budgeting. It's not robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's robbing Peter and Paul, and Mary's already dead.
In the end, Speaker Hall says he's hoping Democrats will come to the table and support this proposal.
The Democrats like to poll test everything. Fixing the roads or some of these less popular programs, the people are going to agree with us. Let's fix the roads.
The package of bills will still need to be heard by state senators. Republicans will need help from Democrats who still control the state Senate. In Lansing, I'm Tyler Brummett. Back to you.
Closer to home, Grand Traverse County Commissioners today voted to approve more than $14.4 million in tax breaks to developers of a housing project in Acme Township. This is part of Phase 2 and 3 of the development at the old Kmart and Tom's location off of US 31. The Oak Shores Commons will consist of 207 multifamily rental units. 135 of those are considered reduced rent, affordable workforce housing with studio and one-bedroom apartments. Continuing our coverage of the AuSable River Queen in Iosco County, it has been partially pulled on shore at Footsite Park in Oscoda Township. The back end of the paddle wheel now rests on the shoreline. After several attempts failed with snapped cables, the Michigan State Police dive team secured cables in 2 eyelets in the front bow of the boat, and crews were able to get part of it on dry land. We're told before they can move it down to the beach side to haul away, they have to assess the engine and pump out any oil and fluid.
Just to get it up out of the river and know that it's going to be contained so that everything's not in the river. That was a very nerve-wracking main concern. So now, just from here, it'll go to the guy that pulled it out, Jeffrey. It'll go to somewhere where he has a place for it. It will go there and assess the damages and what it's going to take to fix it, and which is going to be a lot, but we're going to try and get it so we can get it back on the river if possible.
Rice says the main worry was that no one thought the hull was strong enough and could potentially snap the boat apart. The boat will be hauled away with the tow company to assess further damages.
Rain rolling in and not far behind, some snow later tonight. We'll take a look at that and how much snow and when that all comes to an end after the break.
I'm Jada Johnson from Big Boys TV, and the Fish and Game Report is sponsored by Johnson's Propane.